All right, so to start our third part, what we'll want to do is go back over to our myKW homepage. All right, so we're going to go to our myKW homepage in order to access this further. Now, if you're ever in the back end of your eEdge account, there used to be I think it used to say like go to myKW option at the top left. Now it just has a KW logo on here. All right, so if you click on that KW option, this will actually take us directly back over to our myKW homepage as well. Now remember, outside of that, you can always just type in mykw.kw.com. Either one will do the exact same thing, basically. All right, so I just want to give you guys a heads up in this case. All right. So with that being said on here, in order to start on our third and final class, let's go and click on the plus sign of myMarketing, and we're going to go to Create Marketing Materials, that first option down. Now, under Create Marketing Materials, or under the myMarketing section, we can create marketing materials. We can also manage and create campaigns. I just want to give you a heads up on both of these. All right, so with that being said on here, we're just going to focus on Create Marketing Materials to start, because this is going to take us to the main location for all of our marketing pieces. All right. Now, if you remember from our second part, I was talking about the Marketing Center. All right, the Marketing Center on here. Here we go. All right, and this is where it's actually going to take us over to our Marketing Center. So keep in touch with customizable marketing templates and campaigns. All right, so very similar to where we were back in our second part. All right, same back end of eEdge. Now, on the left-hand side, though, under our marketing section, this is where we can actually find the monthly newsletter, which is a custom newsletter that Market Leader creates each month. All right, so just to give you a heads up, that's a custom one that Market Leader will actually create each month on here. All right, and this is the only campaign that is constantly going. All right, so it will never end. All right, or at least at this time, that's the only one that will never end. All right. Now, the next thing we're seeing on here is the My Campaigns option. All right, so under My Campaigns, this is where you can actually view all of your campaigns you currently have set up. All right, so in this particular case, whenever you want to access any of your previous campaigns, or you want to add someone to it or customize a piece, this is one way where you can access it. All right, same thing with My Designs. This is where you can actually go through and view all of your different designs as well. All right, so plenty different options on here. All right, then of course we have the Images option. All right, so in case you ever want to view any images you may have uploaded, this is one place where you can access that even further. All right, or we have the Mailing List option too. All right, so for the Mailing List section, this is the one location you want to upload your list if you ever want to send out any type of marketing database list or any type of marketing piece that's going to be like a postcard marketing, flyer marketing, any type of print marketing, I guess is what I really should say. That would make the most sense. All right, so if you're going to send anything out via postal stamp, USPS mail, all right, this is where you want to add inside those contacts. Now, below that, we also happen to have our design library. This is where you can view all the different campaign templates that are available for you. All right, so if you want to just start from scratch or view any of the previous templates, those are available. All right, you can see email and video marketing as well. All right, so in this case, if you're sending out any type of email piece or any type of video marketing, that'll be available for you. Now, you can send out 5,000 emails a month. 5,000 emails a month, just to give you a heads up. All right, and you can have up to 15,000 contacts in your database. All right, so 5,000 emails a month. All right, and then, of course, we have print marketing on here. Now, with print marketing, not only can you order printing, but you can also go through and you can actually download your print marketing pieces, all right, as a PDF if you want to print them off and send them yourself too. All right, so that's always an option on here. All right, so that's just kind of the Marketing Center in a nutshell. Now I'm going to click on the marketing option up here, and we already saw the Marketing Center, so I'm going to click on Manage Campaigns, that second option down. All right, so we're going to click on Manage Campaigns, that second option down on here. All right, so once I click on Manage Campaigns, we're all good to go. All right. Now, once we click on that, this is going to take us to our campaign backend. All right, so the back end of all of our campaigns on here. All right, so with that being said, once we're actually taking a look at all of this, we can view all of our different campaigns that are currently active, paused, or if we scroll down even further, any completed campaigns too. Now, everyone will automatically have the monthly newsletter as an active campaign on here, just to give you guys a heads up. All right, so you'll automatically have that monthly newsletter on here as an active campaign. Now, unless you have any contacts or groups added into that campaign, it's not going to send out those, so no need to worry about it, basically. All right, so as an example, she has one active campaign, an 8x8 campaign. It looks like a 2016 one, but sometimes the same information is okay. All right, there's one contact on here, and that's all she's sending out currently. Now, I can see that there are 6 emails that are going out, 0 direct mail pieces, and then 3 activities of things that she may need to do. All right. And then, of course, on the right-hand side, once this campaign is completed, you can actually click the drop-down option. If it says none selected, then those contacts would not go over to any other campaign once that's selected. All right, or, of course, you can select another campaign, either active or paused, for those contacts to go on to immediately. All right, and then you can even view the performance of each piece as well to see who's opening each piece being sent out, who's clicking on it. All right, you can see all the different analytics for your campaign. Now, if you want to start a brand new campaign, you can also click the Add New Campaign option up here at the top right. All right, so I'm going to click that Add New Campaign option at the top right up here. All right, so once I click on Add New Campaign, voila. All right, so right on here, as you can see, there are currently 62 results found just for our basic eEdge account. All right, so these are all templates that are currently available for us. All right, and then on the left-hand side, you can also search for different campaigns as well, depending on what you're looking for. Now, under delivery schedule, we're going to have 4 different types of campaign deliveries that we can actually send out. Well, outside of all types, obviously, just to display everything. All right, we're going to have date, interval, birthday, and anniversary. Now, the birthday and anniversary campaigns are obviously going to be for birthdays or anniversaries, so you do need to have that birthday or anniversary already set up. All right, so in order to actually add someone to that, you have to have this set up and ready to go. All right, now the date and interval campaign means that you're either going to know the date that each piece will be sent out on, all right, or the interval between each piece. All right, so you have those 2 options on here. All right, so for the date campaign, the way I always like to look at it is, let's say we start a date campaign today, and we had 100 contacts to that date campaign. All right, so let's say we had 100 contacts today of the date campaign, and then a month from now, on February 2nd, we had another 100 contacts to the same date campaign. All right, those 100 contacts we added on February 2nd would not receive any of the email pieces or direct mail pieces that we're sending out that already came out, all right, because those dates are in the past. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up on that. All right, so in this case, if you add them to an interval campaign, all right, then all you have to do, if you add 100 contacts today on January 2nd, 100 contacts on February 2nd, on February 2nd, those contacts would start at the beginning of the campaign because an interval campaign does not matter as to when it's sent out. All right, it's just going to give you the interval between each piece, whether it's every 7 days, every 14, every 30 days, anything like that. All right, so those are the 2 big differences on here that I like to tell you guys about. All right, then we also have our collection section on here. All right, so if you want to look for Market My Business, by buyers, sellers, sphere, repeat and referral, all right, you can search for all those immediately. All right, same under campaign title as well if you know what you're looking for. Now, if you want to just start from scratch, you can always click the Create Custom Campaign option, and you can start from scratch on an interval or date campaign as well. All right, so completely up to you. That way you can actually pick and choose the different templates that you would send out from the myKW platform. Now, at this time, you cannot upload different templates that you have from a different CRM or different, custom images you want to upload. You can only utilize the different templates that are available on myKW. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't go through and tweak them, though, because you can tweak all these pieces. All right, so I just want to give you that heads up. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this first option up here. It's a 12 Direct 2017-2018 Home Ownership Know-How. It's a date campaign, so some of the pieces may have already happened in the past. All right, but as you can see, new for 2017-2018, this campaign connects you with contacts in your database by offering home maintenance and value-creating tips, establishing you as a trusted source. Now, not only can you see how many steps are in this campaign, but if you have 0 direct mail steps, that means that you're not going to have to pay for anything and everything is completely free. Now, if I click on Show Campaign Step Details down here, I can actually view all the different campaign steps that would come out, and I can click on any of these if I want to blow it up to see what it'll look like even further. All right, but I'm going to go and click this, choose this template option on the top right up here. All right, so that way we can actually activate that immediately. All right, and a question just came through about getting production back over on the home page. All right, this requires Adobe Flash. All right, so I'm going to send this over to you guys. So make sure that you have Flash downloaded and installed for this to pop up properly. All right, so just to give you a heads up. All right, so I'm going to click on Choose This Template real quick. All right, and once we do that, all right, this is where all of our different pieces are going to pop up. All right, so first thing first, we're going to have 4 different steps on here. All right, so step 1, for instance, all right, is just going to be the name of the campaigns. If you want to go through and rename your campaign, you're definitely more than welcome to. All right, you're not obligated to. It's really just for your own, personal preference. All right, so that way you know exactly what the campaign is titled and named. All right, once again, you don't have to change this. If you want to leave it as the current name, that's perfectly fine. All right, but if you do want to update it, just click Save and Continue, and you'll be perfect. All right, now step 2 and 3 are really the main places to focus on. All right, because step 2 is going to show you all the pieces that you can actually send out. All right, so with that being said, on step 2, as you can see, we have 10 current steps that are available for us to take a look at. All right, and with that being said, we can actually view the date that the pieces are coming out on, because we saw this was a date campaign. We can view the subject line of what's coming out as well, in case we want to change that. All right, and you can even change the date as well by clicking on this little date icon. All right, because that'll actually pop up to where you can view the current calendar, and you can go through and change the date at any time. All right, so completely up to you. All right, and then of course over here, over here on the right-hand side, you can click on this if you want to view what this piece is going to look like even further. Now, one thing to note, I'm going to click on this just so I can make it a little bit bigger. At the bottom, it's going to have some information on here, like Ellen Smith, a little blank headshot, blank logo. All right, that is just template information to let you know where your info is going to populate. All right, so if you remember when we went under that account section, and then we went to My Account, this is where it's going to pop up from. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up, this will auto-populate. So if I went through and actually clicked the Personalize option, that information would pop up properly for us. All right, so just to give you a heads up. Or, of course, you can always click this X button up here at the top right in case you want to delete this altogether. That's always an option as well. All right. And, of course, at the very, very top, if we go up even further up here, it looks like you scroll down, you can always click the Add Step option if you want to add inside additional steps. So once again, nothing is set in stone. All right, you can always go through and update any of this at any time. All right, completely up to you. All right. Now, if you ever make any changes, just remember to scroll down to the very bottom and click that Save and Continue option. All right, so scroll down to the very bottom and click that Save and Continue option. All right, so that way everything will be saved and we're all good to go. All right. Now the next thing we're going to have on here, let me scroll back up a little bit, is going to be step 3 where we can actually add or remove contacts. All right, so on step 3 on here, all right, this is where we can actually view all of our different groups that are currently available. All right, and if we want to add a group over, all we have to do is click that add option, and it'll add them over to the right-hand side immediately. So then once we add any of those contacts over to that particular group, if they fit our qualifications of what we need to add inside, so in this case, they just happen to have an active email address, all right, then they would automatically be added as well. All right, so you can bulk add by groups on here, just to give you a heads up. That's why I highly suggest, making sure your contacts are in groups, because it's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, if you don't want to just bulk add by groups, you can always click on the contacts option. All right, and then over here, you can actually add contacts individually. They'll be in alphabetical order by their first name. You can search by contacts, or you can even search by statuses as well. All right, just to make it a little bit easier on here. All right, so to make it just a little bit simpler. All right, so completely up to you, but bulk adding these contacts is going to make your life so much better. All right. So I'm just going to add over a couple contacts real quick just to give you an idea. And if they don't have last names for some reason, that's why they're in the front. So in this case, if we scroll down, then we can actually view everything even further. I don't know how they got in without last names. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to click the Save Changes option on the top right up here. And now we have all of our contacts saved and ready to go. All right, so the final thing that we'd have to do on here is click Review and Activate. All right, once we click Review and Activate, then we'd be perfect and we're all set up. All right, so that's all we have to do on here in order to get this up and running properly. All right, so if I click Review and Activate now, here we go. All right, and if it pops up like this, it's been doing this ever since they made the change. You've made edits that have not been saved. They have been saved, so I'm going to click Continue. All right, because we're all good to go. All right, so then it'll say once a contact completes this campaign, automatically add them to blank. All right, we can add them over to any type of newsletter we want to. All right, or we can click None Selected if we don't want to, put them on another newsletter. We want to manually update it later on. That's perfectly fine as well. All right, now we have to check this first box that says, I have reviewed this campaign's recipients, and I agree that all email recipients have opted in to receive email from me and are not from harvested or purchased list. All right, we have to check that first box in order for the Activate Campaign option to even pop up. All right, so we have to select that. Now, if you want to, you can then include showcase properties. That's a little bit of an advanced item, so we're not going to talk about that today. All right, but if your IDX is set up on your market leader backend, then you can actually include any of your active properties or your office active properties to showcase them too. All right, now if you ever want to delete any of these campaigns, say you've completed it and you just want to delete it altogether, you'll need to go inside the campaign and go to step 4 because this is the only location where that delete option is available. That's the only place where you can actually delete a campaign. But over here, once you're ready to go, you can activate the campaign so it can start immediately. You can save the campaign if you want to come back to it later to update it, all right, or you can just cancel it altogether. All right, so you have those 3 options available here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this real quick. All right, just because I don't want to set up any campaigns for on accident. All right, but that is kind of your campaign backend in a nutshell on how you can get that up and running. All right. So the next thing we're going to see now, once we click on marketing up here, is the Manage Design section. This is where we can actually manage all of our different marketing designs that we can utilize. All right, so let's click on Manage Designs real quick. All right. All right, once we click on that, then this is where we can actually view all of our previous designs on here as well. All right, so this is currently all the different listing, or not all the different listings, I'm so sorry, all the different designs that we've created previously. So this is just going to show us our saved designs, all right, ones that we've gone through and updated and saved. All right, now in addition to that though, you can click on Design Library up here at the top left. All right, once you click on Design Library, then you can view all the different marketing pieces that are available on here. All right, so once we click on that, there are 634 different marketing pieces that are currently available on here. All right, and of course we can scroll up and down to view them even further, but there are going to be two that really stand out. So here's one right here, postcard marketing. Postcard or flyer marketing automatically means it's going to be something that we can print. All right, print marketing means we can either order printing, all right, or in this case we can just download it as a PDF and then we can actually print it ourselves. All right, so we have those two options on here. All right, or of course if we have email marketing, that means that we can email this out immediately. All right, so just to give you a heads up on here. All right. So on the left-hand side, you can also search by keywords if you're looking for just listed, just sold, different items of that sort. All right, you're definitely more than welcome to. All right, you can also click on listing enabled only. Now, if you click on that, then it's just going to say, much like it sounds like on here, just all the different listing enabled pieces. All right, so it's just going to be items for, say, for instance, just sold, just listed, open house, different items like that. Now, under the type, you can actually just search for email and video marketing only, so those are the ones that you're just going to email out. You can search for print marketing pieces like postcards, flyers, greeting cards, or guides. Now, if you're looking for listing and buyer presentations, that'll be under the guide section. All right, just want to give you a heads up. Always check that guide section on here. All right. All right. And then, of course, you also have your collections down here, too, where you can actually search for different collections you may want to take a look at. All right, but that's all you have to really focus on right now. So I'm just going to focus on this that I'm seeing up here. All right, the Who's Number One in Real Estate. I'm going to do the email HTML optimized option. All right, so let's do the email HTML optimized option. All right. Now, once we do that, then as you can see, this is just a basic, the basis of what our piece is going to look like. This will automatically auto-populate with what we have under that account, My Account section. Remember how we updated that at the end of our second part. All right, so this is what it's going to look like, but I'm going to click that Personalize option so we can actually personalize this even further on here. All right, so let's click on that Personalize option so we can personalize this even further. All right, here we go. Perfect. All right, and this is what our piece is going to currently look like. All right, so when taking a look at this, this is what we can actually do to go through and edit everything even further. All right, so first thing first, we're going to have all of our editing tools up here at the very, very top. If we want to change any fonts names or just font in general, we can change the font size. We can bold, italicize, we can underline. We can change the text color, the background color. We have a bunch of different ways where we can actually edit everything on here. So I'm going to start just from the top of the piece, go all the way down. All right, so the first thing we're actually going to see on here is just going to be an image. So when I click on that image, it's automatically going to give me kind of a dashed outline on here. All right, so the dash outline means that it's going to be an image, and we can actually drag it in or drag it out to make it bigger or smaller. All right, so if I put my cursor on any of these corners up here, you can see where I can actually drag it in or drag it out. All right, so completely up to you in this case. Now when I click on that, I can also go through and I can click on maybe the insert edit link if I want to hyperlink this image. All right, or if you notice, whenever I actually have this image selected with the dash outline, this pops up on the right-hand side where we can actually upload an image. So we can actually upload any image outside of what we're currently using. So anything we have saved on our desktop, our laptop, our tablet, whatever it might be. All right, so if I click Upload Image, then as you can see, we can drag and drop the image file, or we can just click Select File, so we can add that over immediately. All right, now the maximum file size is 10 megabytes, but we can have up to 40 megabytes on here if we're trying to add in multiple images. All right, or of course, we also happen to have the stock option where you can add inside different stock images that are available for you too. All right, so just to give you a heads up, now I'm going to make this center aligned. I want to make sure that's right in the center. All right, now below the image on this piece, we have yet the true honor is serving you. Now once again, this is just text. So I can go over here and I can type inside anything that I want. I want to type. All right, so completely up to you. I mean, once again, much like on a Word document, you can highlight this, you can change the font. All right, there aren't too many fonts, but you can change it. You can change the font size if you want to. All right, you can do anything that you prefer on here. I think it was at 18 is what we were at before. All right, and once again, I can even hyperlink this. So when someone clicks on this, it would take them over to another website. So maybe I want to hyperlink this and send them over to myMarketing.com. All right, and then I can even add inside Target where when they click on it, it would open up a brand new window instead of just taking them directly over. All right, if that ever pops up, just go and click OK. All right, so you have that option of adding that in too. Now below this, we're going to have more text, but I'm actually going to delete this text real quick. All right, because outside of text, you can also add inside an image, so you can upload your own image. You can add inside a video. All right, so in this case, usually a YouTube or Vimeo link. All right, or you can add inside a pre-written article. All right, so I'm going to start with the image, obviously, just so we can take a look at this. All right, once I click on that image option, then I can go through and I can upload my own images if I want to by clicking on my image and upload whatever image I want to. All right, so once again, we can just upload anything on our desktop, our laptop, our tablet, anything of that sort. All right, so if I click Upload Image and I click Select File, then I can actually search for any images that are currently on my desktop. All right, so here's my headshot if I wanted to add that in. So I could click Open, and then I can click Upload, and I'd be good to go to add that inside. All right, or once again, we can also add inside a stock image. So if I click on Stock, maybe I want to use this Animal section. I want to add inside this, I love the groundhog. Maybe I want to add inside this groundhog on here. All right, then you can do that, and once again, like we saw before, we can drag it out to make it bigger or smaller. All right, so we can completely change this. Now, there's not a way to delete the image once you've added it in, but once you click on it, if it's completely outlined, click the Delete button on your keyboard, and that'll delete it for you. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. There's not a trash can or a delete option for that. All right, so that's how simple it is to add inside another image. And then the other one you might want to add inside is a video. All right, so if you click on Insert Video on here, you can add inside a YouTube or Vimeo URL. All right, so that way you can actually link up a video to be played inside your email piece that you'll send out. Now, this will not embed the video inside that email that you're going to send out, but instead it'll actually have an image that'll be clickable to take them over to YouTube or over to Vimeo. So if I click on Insert Video on here, as you can see, submit your video URL, video supported YouTube and Vimeo. All right, so I could actually go over to youtube.com/Keller Williams. All right, and once we do that, it should pop up with Keller Williams videos in a second. There we go. All right, and I'm just going to choose one of the first ones I see. I'll choose this red report for December. Let me pause the video real quick, too. There we go. All right. And you can obviously see I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter stuff over here, too. All right, so on here, once we actually pull this up, then all we'll need is this URL from the very top. All right, that's all we'll actually need. All right, so we can just copy that URL. We can highlight everything, right-click, copy. All right, and once we copy that URL of the video that's being played, we can go back over here and paste it inside where it says enter video URL here. So we'll right-click paste this time. All right, and then once we click the submit option, it'll automatically add inside that video. Now remember, it's going to show an image of the video with a play icon that people can click on. That'll then take them directly over to the video altogether. Here we go. So here's that red report with the play icon. So I can make it bigger or smaller if I want to. I'll probably want to make it bigger. All right, and once again, when I click on that, if you notice, it's hyperlinked up here. All right, so it'll automatically take them over to this YouTube video. Now remember, it won't automatically play inside the email that we're sending out or anything of that sort. All right, but it will take them over to YouTube so they can view that immediately. All right, so let me go ahead and delete that too. Now the other final really big thing that we have on here is the article section. All right, so under this insert article option, we're going to have a bunch of pre-written articles that we can actually utilize. All right, so completely up to you if you want to utilize them, not up to use. All right, up to you if you want to utilize them. All right, so on here, as you can see, we have birthday greetings, Christmas greetings, financial mortgage, health and wellness, holiday greetings, home and garden, real estate, targeting realtors, thank you greetings. All right, and whenever you click on any of these, all right, then you can actually view different types on here as well. All right, so under real estate, for instance, they have small, medium, large, and full, and this is based on how much text is involved in here. So a question just came through, how can I save my contact info once I design it on a promotion letter? Every time I'm creating new flyers, I have to work on my info portion again. That's correct. All right, so it'll automatically populate with the info down here. So unless you just save this piece and use this piece over and over again, each one that you create and start from a different template, it would automatically populate looking like this, or looking how it would whenever it just auto-populates your info in. There's not a way to override that footer right now outside of how it'll auto-populate. All right, but say if I click on this medium option, then that'll give me additional kind of article templates that I can utilize. So if I want to use combat buyer's remorse, all right, then I can click on that, and then I can actually see the article written out. Now this article, once it's written out, the font is going to be very, very tiny. If you notice, it's 7-point font. I would at least make it 10 or 12 just so it's a little bit easier to be read. All right, and you don't have to use all the text on here. All right, this is just going to give you, a pre-written article that you could use. You can then go through and copy, paste. You can cut stuff out. Or you can do whatever you want to in this case. Completely up to you. All right, and there is an undo option on here in case you ever add something in you didn't mean to. There we go. So if I click undo, then it'll come right back for me. All right, so we can always change this stuff around. All right, so completely up to you in this case. I'm actually going to get rid of this. All right, maybe I'm going to add inside my video again. I think I still have it saved. I do. There we go, just so we have something populating on here. Cool. All right, now if we scroll even further down, this is where your information will auto-populate from what was under your account section. All right, the account, my account backend. All right, so this is where the marketing picture or marketing image is uploaded. That's why I said it needs to be a headshot. Here are your two phone numbers. All right, your cell and then your work. All right, here's the name that popped up along with designations. All right, here's that generic KW logo I was telling you about. And of course, you can make it bigger or smaller. Here's your own marketing logo. She had a QR code, so I can make it bigger or smaller. I probably want to make it smaller just so that way it'll kind of push everything together, because it looks like this was a little too big to fit inside here. All right, even further down, there's a call to action. She left that blank so it didn't pop up. All right, click here to download my mobile app. That'll automatically link up with her app URL. All right, here is her marketing reply to emails. This will automatically display on her email that's being sent out, and when someone replies back, it'll automatically go to that email address. All right, even further down, we happen to have her marketing address. All right, so if someone wants to visit her website, this is where it'll take them to. All right, so it's pretty cool how all this links together on here. Now, if you want to update this and save it to update later on, or just save it to utilize immediately, you can always click the little floppy disk icon up here at the top left and save everything. All right, it's always an option to save that. All right, or of course you can always click the exit option as well in case you want to exit out of this and not save anything. So I'm going to say don't save. I don't want to clutter stuff even further. All right, but when it is saved, it would take you back to something that would look similar to this, for instance. All right, so this is just a piece that, you know what, let me go back to one that you guys be very similar. Here we go. All right, so then it would say like who's number one in real estate unless you change the title on here. All right, then you could edit or compose an email if you want to. All right, when you compose the email, this would display in the body of the email. It would not display as an attachment. It wouldn't display as a link. I would display in the body of the email. You can even publish this to the web and share it. It'll give you a URL that you can actually give to people to share. So if I copy this and put it over inside my address bar, I could send this out and then people could actually view my piece immediately online. All right, or of course, it'll give you a couple different social network sites that you can just share with immediately. Now you can always right-click on this as well and do Save Image As in case you want to save it as an image. All right, that's always an option on here too. All right, so just to give you a heads up. All right. Now, if you ever do click Compose Email, if you've created an email option, all right, then it'll take you over to the back end where you can actually email this out immediately. And much like I was saying before, this will automatically display in the body of the email. All right, so it's not an attachment, it's not a link, nothing like that. It's in the body of the email for you to use. So then you can actually go through and change the subject line. All right, you can actually come up here and add inside who you want to send this to. All right, but more importantly, you can actually click the To option on here and view your entire database under that My Contacts section. All right, so you can view your entire database under the My Contacts section of who's eligible to actually receive this, in which you can then add contacts individually. You can add all eligible contacts. You can search by name or email. You can search by status or statuses. You can search by a different group or groups to, mass add them over. So maybe I want to send this to my 12 direct and 33 touch groups. All right, so once I click on that, only 9 people are under those 2 groups. Then I can click Add All Eligible Contacts. All right, so just to give you a heads up, that is an option on here. All right, and then once I click Save and Continue, it'll add them in, and I could send that out now immediately. All right, so just to give you a heads up on here. Now, if you have the Pro account, you can also schedule out these emails to come out at a later date. All right, but if you have the regular email account, you can just send this out immediately. All right, and once again, how we accessed this backend, we clicked the plus sign of myMarketing. All right, we went to Create Marketing Materials to access our Marketing Center, which is the culmination of all of our marketing pieces. All right, and then Manage and Create Campaigns in case you ever want to access all the different campaign pieces as well. So there you go. All right, so that is the myKW Academy 3-part, 3-hour class in a nutshell. So there you go.